Let's get into this Lando stuff because this happened. This was kind of to be honest, kind of a stunning announcement. We had heard some whispers for the first time about the Lando series that we had in forever. And it was when Justin Simeon, who's the director of Dear White People and has a new movie coming out for Disney, which is Haunted Mansion, which is coming out this week. And when asked in interviews, he's like, you know what? I have no idea what's going on. I haven't heard about this thing in years. I have no idea the status about it. So it really put in people's mind, is this thing still happening? Are they just going to scrap the Lando series like everything else we've seen scrapped at Disney Star Wars? Well, then Justin Simeon gave a different interview. And I think this is actually what caused Lucasfilm to make this big announcement. Because in the middle of this, while he's talking about a Disney movie that he's directing that's coming out in theaters, he criticizes Lucasfilm and Disney by saying this: I'm attached, I think, to the Lando series, but I really don't know. The last thing I was told was that they, Lucasfilm, loved it, but needed to put a pin in it so they could figure out everybody's availability. I haven't investigated further, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not alone in that experience, but I can't help but wonder, am I too black? Am I too queer? And people just don't want to say that because it seems like I develop things with these companies and they never happen for reasons unknown. Immediately after this interview drops, Disney fucking drops a bomb. By the way, Donald Glover and his brother are writing the Lando series. Justin Simeon is fired. That dude's not here. I guess it wasn't the fact that he was too black. Could he have been too queer? I'm not sure. I don't think that was the case. But it's almost like Lucasfilm realized they had to make this announcement now before this dude kept talking like that and trying to blame his race or his sexuality on why he hadn't heard anything about the Lando series.
I love that. That's when you cater to these folks, Disney, that's what you're going to get. Probably what happened was this dude was just, at some party, and probably Matt and Martin was like, yeah, we're probably going to use you for Lando. And that's probably what happened. Speculating, of course. But I also love when the article says, like, this person has exited the they have exited the show. Just say it. Just come out and say it. Like, we no longer want to do business with this person. But Donald Glover to write Lando.
Donald Glover and his brother
I wonder
Steven.
if he's going to do that dance, like This Is America from the music video. Might throw in a dance number with some capes.
Listen, I don't think Donald Glover was the worst part of Solo, certainly. I don't think he's a great Lando by any stretch of the imagination. But what they did to Lando in that movie, obviously was an abomination. And even if it wasn't like super clear on screen, the very fact that they came out and said, yeah, Lando's pansexual. And now what do we have in all these comic books? Lando's queer as shit. They got Lando on the Pride cover of all this stuff. So they have irrevocably changed this character. They can't take it back. They've done it now. So how much is that going to play into what they do in this series? How many other robots is he going to fuck? I don't know. And nobody really knows. Who knows when this thing will happen, if it even does. But the fact that this got announced now actually means that it was agreed to months ago.
Right.
Because this agreement had to have happened before the writer's strike took place.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me if they did put Lando in a special relationship, either with another guy or maybe a robot in this series, just to say, hey, you finally got your first LGBTQ plus ABC character in Star Wars, and you could see it now on the big screen, or on Disney Plus. And they did the same thing in Willow. Remember when they dropped the Willow series, and that whole thing was just basically a show for Pride Month. And it was so bad that Bob Iger was like, we're just going to remove it completely from Disney Plus. And hopefully nobody ever sees it again. With all the L's that Lucasfilm alone has taken this year, I don't know where they're printing money from, but I need to find that tree